Hey guys, everybody, Mazfiro here. So, it's been a while. I mean, literally, if I come over here, I look, it's been about 2 months since I've posted a video. Not gonna lie, grass playthrough, too hard, and so many things happened right around that same time that it just completely postponed the rest of that series. I completely lost all, desire to want to do it, and I will give you the breakdown real quick of what happened since then. Since then, both me, the wife, and both of our kids have had food poisoning twice. During that series, we actually found out we have a third kid on the way who will be here around December, so that'll be a fun one. Diablo 4 dropped, so I've been playing way too much Diablo 4 and enjoying it so much. I finally went to see a doctor. I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, so I do not sleep well, and that was causing a lot of my depression episodes and a lot of things that were making me just not having the energy to do these videos like I really want to, because I know you guys love it. I love it. It's fun. My dad gave me a 1982 Pontiac Firebird. Great car. If you know, you know. So I have to work on fixing that thing up, as well as we've been having a lot of home issues, might I say, just around the house. So we've had to do a little bit for that. And yes, since we live in Florida, the heat has been killing us just like it's been doing everywhere. And then the final thing is that was mostly killing my energy to do these as well. The editing. Making of any of these videos that you see down here, you know, episode 5, 6, 7, all of these, they're, you know, 9.5 minutes, 8.5, almost 7 minutes. That was taking me about 2 days of IRL time of both recording and finding the time to just on recording alone. And when it came to editing of the videos, it was actually taking me probably a solid 3 days to be able to edit. The problem with the editing was I have to go through and do so many minor cuts throughout the whole thing that it just takes time and time away. And since I work a full-time job, I leave my house at 5 in the morning. I come home at about 2 in the afternoon. The kids sometimes take a nap, sometimes they don't. If they don't, I don't want to say stuck, but you know, I have to play with them. I have to interact with them and have a good time with them so that they build those memories. So I didn't have as many of those memories growing up, but I want them to have it. So I will set aside the time for them, and that could be anywhere from an hour to 2 hours. By then it's about 4 o'clock, and we're getting ready to have to prep dinner, so I have to watch the kids even more while the wife prepares dinner. And then we eat dinner, we have more family time, and it's about 7 o'clock by the time we're getting them ready for bed, which is a whole nother hour affair. Then we also have bedtime, and that rolls around to 8 o'clock. Now, the kids are in bed, I've been gone all day, and the wife wants some together time, so we will watch TV, we'll just interact with each other, or even just be, you know, as menial as playing on our phones together and just being in the same room. That's a lot of my day, just every single day, and I don't dislike it, but it leaves me very little time to do anything else that I enjoy. So that's pretty much why these videos take so long for me to post them, more than I would like to. Actually, I would like to post them more often, but that time is not a thing I can do, and YouTube always gets set on the back burner. I mean, IRL life and work and family is a little bit more important. I would obviously love to, just like everybody else who's on YouTube, I would love to make money from it, because then I can put more time into you guys and them, like you guys in the morning, them in the afternoons, things like that. But I can't do that, as well as we've just now had to make more of a decision that we've been placed an offer in front of us that is going to require me to go back to school, and that's gonna take a whole lot more time. So I'm going to post this video, and I'm going to do this series. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. I know I will, because coming from my background in Pokemon, I very much enjoy this kind of stuff. So I'm hoping you guys like this series that I want to start doing here. But let's go on, let's jump into it, and that is going to Smogon.com, which is, you know, the key place you would go for competitive Pokemon information, stuff like that. For instance, if I click Annihilate, a fairly good competitive Pokemon, he tells me that these are his abilities, he is in the Uber tier, these are his base stats, and you can choose different formats for different build orders that you can run. Now, this is going to give you a full breakdown into everything about why their stats are specifically spaced 240 HP, 252 defense, and 16 speed, chestos and leftovers, as well as all the moves he can learn. But I don't like doing that. So I love playing competitive Pokemon. One of my favorite things to do when I was streaming competitive Pokemon in particular was making builds that are so bizarre and so out there that it's funny. So in order for me to do minimal amount of editing on this video, as well as everything else, we're going to come over here to Google's random number generator. There is 1,008 Pokemon in it. We're going to generate a random number, and we're going to see if we can make a build for that Pokemon. So let's go ahead and generate. We get 965. Who is the 965th Pokemon? So the 965th Pokemon is Varoom. Now that's odd because he is a new Pokemon, so I'm not like super known with him. So he is an LC. Okay. Steel Poison, Slow Start, Overcoat. Slow Start, you could do some kind of tricky things where you throw that onto something else. This is, or I guess was, Regigigas's signature ability. Overcoat's also really good. The only problem is Sandstorm damage and Effect Spores, making this Pokemon immune. He's Steel type, so he's already kind of immune to a lot of that stuff. So yeah, we'll do Varoom. We'll do Varoom. I was thinking, you know, maybe we'll go Revavroom, but we'll do Varoom here. So we're going to add Pokemon. We're going to use Pokemon Showdown because it has all the Pokemon on it. It has all the information we could ever need. So we will go to a Varoom, an LC. LC, I mean, pretty much if you're running anything with LC, actually, we actually have a really good place here. There's no movesets for this Pokemon, so maybe we can get some good ones in here. High attack, mediocre speed, but good defense. HP's about on the same. I'm thinking maybe we do something with a bulky build here with attack HP. Again, this guy is LC, so these are a little bit weird builds for me. I don't know if what I like here. So I definitely like Eviolite. 100%, that's definitely what we're doing. Stat-wise, we're definitely investing into attack, or we can invest into something else, but again, this is LC. We want something a little bit more tankier. Me, personally, with Steel Poison, your only weakness is ground. I mean, you could go with an air balloon. That is an option. That will stop him from getting hit by ground attacks. Half attack is horrible, and the specific thing of swapping this over to a different Pokemon actually is completely nullified because I see the on switch in part, because unless he has an ability to give that to another Pokemon, that could nullify a lot, but I'm not seeing whatever that move is called. I think it's called Skill Swap maybe, and I don't see that he can learn that. So let's come back to the ability, or not the ability. Ability, we're gonna have to use Overcoat. Overcoat's not great, but you know, it's the only thing he's got on here that's actually good. Air Balloon, maybe. We might change that out to something else. We might change that out to like a Scarf or something. So we're looking for very good physical attacks on here. I mean, obvious one, you're possibly looking at Gyro Ball. Ooh, now that I'm thinking about this, Gyro Ball, Slow Start. Man, I don't know, man. Slow Start with that attack. I mean, it wouldn't matter if you have Gyro Ball, right? So, I mean, you could even go with, is it Lagging Tail? No, that's a priority bracket. Heavy, what is that rock called? Steel, dude, I know there's an item. What is it? Hold on. Pokemon item for slowing. What is this item called? It's not just Lagging Tail. It makes your... Oh, you know, I'm thinking of the heavier one. Let's see. Let us type in speed. What? That's weird. What else we got? Quick Powder. So apparently Room Service is an item. What does this do? Held by a Pokemon. If Trick Room takes effect, it will lower this holder's speed. That's interesting. I guess that's not bad overall, but that is very interesting. Macho Brace. What was its stats? That's not Iron Ball. If an item is held by this Pokemon, it lowers the speed stat and makes the holder vulnerable to ground type moves, even if it's a flying type or levitating. I mean, is that such a bad thing? He's already weak. Okay, let's not run a Trick Room, dude. Trick Room is not my specialty. Let's not run a Trick Room. Let's pick something fairly good, fairly standard, and stop all this nonsense. Gunk Shot, yes, please. Gunk Shot's a great move. Spin Out, followed by Gyro Ball, is not horrible. Especially if you get a minus speed plus attack nature, which I don't ever use because that's a very odd one for me. Plus attack minus speed. So if you take a Brave Nature, that gets bonus that minus speed, and we get something like, I guess we'll take Eviolite. I very much like Gyro Ball here because we're banking on that slower speed here, and this is more power the slower it is than the target. So I'm also not fully against spin out here, but I'm also not for it. What else do we have? Self-destruct is an option. Does he not learn explosion? Okay, he learns self-destruct, but not explosion. That's interesting, unless there's something I'm missing. Anyways, so Eviolite to make him tanky, Gyro Ball, Gunk Shot. What else do we need? Iron Defense is also not horrible, but I do like Haze. Something we should definitely look at while we are in the process of this is looking at the other Pokemon in the Little Cup tier. So a lot of the Pokemon in the Little Cup tier are going to be baby Pokemon or first form Pokemon in most cases. So there's a couple second forms. Some of the Pokemon that I'm looking at, are there any like scary ground Pokemon per se? Like Alolan Diglett is a little bit scary, especially with Sand Force, but I mean, then we just need to go Air Balloon instead. I think, oops, hit the wrong button. Okay, so I'm gonna settle on it. We're gonna do Air Balloon because Air Balloon will allow us to survive ground attacks, especially if you like see an Alolan Diglett, and that just completely takes our need for having to worry about ground types out of the equation. Gyro Ball is just very good. Let's actually change our full-on stuff here. We're gonna go Adamant Nature, full attack, full speed, or full attack, full HP. We'll put the little bit into defense just because. Terra Blast. Now, terastallizing is also a thing I do and don't like. So we'll do Terra Grass because that will allow us to not have to worry about the ground types even after our Air Balloon is broken, as well as like not having to worry about things like Smackdown and other things of the sort. If I have to pick another move, I'm probably going to pick Zen Headbutt because it allows us to face off like with another Steel Poison Pokemon. There's Revavroom there. I mean, it also lets us take out like other poison types essentially, because otherwise we really aren't doing anything to the poison types when it comes to this. So like I really like Zen Headbutt here. Body Slam with Gyro Ball is kind of like a killer here, so like maybe we can change that to like a different steel move. I mean, there's Iron Head, which gives you the chance to flinch. I mean, we could really do a lot here with the Air Balloon and being so tanky. We are banking on wanting to play the long game here. We're going to run the Zen Headbutt. Okay, got rid of Gyro Ball. You know, how much slower is Revavroom than these other Pokemon in its speed tiers? He's got 47, so like Barboch, he's slower than Barbock. That's fine. I mean, what other ground Pokemon are we worried about? Diglett? No, I mean, there's no way you're outspeeding a Diglett. Just in general. Gimmighoul? I mean, is Gimmighoul even a threat? Let's be honest. I mean, I have to imagine he is, but I also have to imagine if with a speed status 10, that just seems very inefficient. So Numel is going to be slower than us. But like, I'm looking at the wrong thing. You know, I'm looking at what Pokemon am I scared about being slower, but we have an Air Balloon. So we're looking at Pokemon that the Gyro Ball would really hurt, and I'm thinking of baby Pokemon, and I really can't think of anything. So I'm actually going to click on, I believe, Spin Out here. It's got a high accuracy, 100 base power. Yes, it lowers our speed stat, but that's fine. I mean, it really doesn't matter. It really doesn't hurt all too bad either. Yes, I like Gunk Shot, base 120 with 80 accuracy. That's not horrible. Zen Headbutt to be able to handle any poison types or a mirror match. Spin Out just because it's also stab just like Gunk Shot. And I'm honestly debating between Terra Blast or like Self-Destruct, because Self-Destruct doesn't have like an HP scale on it, or at least I'm not sure if it does. All right, so this takes like way too many Google searches. I did like 5, and that was just incredibly unnecessary to have to go through. So what I'm trying to figure out real quick is generation. This is Legends Arceus. What I want to know is, does this scale off of the HP? This is Pokemon's Legends Arceus. I don't care about Legends Arceus. I want to know about the newest generation. And I don't think this does either. Just says base power 200. That's not great. That also doesn't give me any information than what I'm looking for here. But you know what? Just because it's cool and because I think it's funny, we're clicking on Self-Destruct because it's always just a goof. This is, you know, Smogon's guest spread is fine because it, you know, it makes you assume that you want to run more special defense. And, you know, special, like 4 points is like 1 difference in stat, so it really does not matter there. One thing I also did not change here is this is Little Cup. And if I'm not mistaken, Little Cup is all Pokemon must be level 5. So yes, this is a level 100 Varoom. So level 5 would be the correct one. Grass type, and obviously shiny because, okay, never mind. It doesn't show what shiny is. Gold Varoom, though, and Reva Varoom are just super cool. And here's the much less impressive stats that we have going on here. Again, you could make a very good argument here on why you'd want to run defense over attack or over HP, but I just like when I have a bulky Pokemon, I feel like HP goes a little bit further, especially when your base defense and base special defense are a little bit higher than everything else. You could also run special attack on a Varoom here. Drop a comment down below if you want to see a special Varoom or not. I could definitely make one of those because, I mean, you're looking at, Flash Cannon, Steel Beam, which is here. I mean, looks like you're like missing out on some like poison ones, but like you got Venoshock, you got Toxic. There's Poison Gas if you want to use Poison Gas. You can even run Terra Poison to have a base 80 special poison move. Like you can do a lot of things here, especially with these kind of builds. And you would think, yes, special's not good. That is why it's good. It will catch your opponent off guard. So go ahead and drop in the comments down below if you want to see a special Varoom, and or drop down in the comments as well which Pokemon you would like to see next. I'm actually going to post a comment down below with these questions, and you guys can reply to that comment, and it should be a little bit easier to be able to find those comments suggested for these questions, and hopefully that helps out a little bit here. And hopefully you guys like this series. So this is going to be the physical threat Varoom with an air balloon, overcoat because there's no choice you get, Gunk Shot, Zen Headbutt, Spin Out, Self-Destruct with the EV spread of HP, attack, the last little bit in defense, Adamant Nature, and hopefully this, picks up on a LC team. Smogon doesn't have it up here at all. They have literally nothing. And, maybe if you got something a little bit better. Oh, a little bit better? Yeah, I just got another idea here. I'm thinking of a support Varoom. You know what? We'll save that for another time if we roll into this again. Until then, guys, I'm going to go continue on with my life and hopefully edit this video in a significantly shorter amount of time, and hopefully can be able to post more often. Until then, I will see you guys in the next video.